And I believe we are live, ladies and gentlemen. We're just going to wait here for a few seconds and see when all of your hundreds of thousands of friends and colleagues turn up. In the meantime, I'm just going to go into my phone here and just make sure that everything's working in LinkedIn. How are you doing? Are you well? If you're there, stick a yes and a hello in the chat. It'd be great to hear from you. If you're not there, put your hands up anyway. Let's find out what's going on in the world. How are we? Having a good day today. How to say no? Well, you can actually say no if you like. If you want to. You're here and you don't want to be here. Type in no. I'm not here. What's going on? Yeah, looks like we're live. That's successful. I'll take a success out of that. Any and all days. Okay. 10 seconds and we will go on to the power of how to say no to anything and anyone. And I have a fabulous gift for you. A fabulous gift at the end of this. I'm going to send a link out to everybody who's signed up, who's attending. And it's a fabulous little gift. It is 46 ways of saying no to absolutely anybody. Okay, 46 different ways of saying no. Now, saying no doesn't mean that you're a bit of an ass. It really doesn't. The thing is, when you're choosing the things that you're going to take part in, or you're choosing the tasks to take on, what you say no to defines you as much as what you say yes to. Every one thing you say yes to means that somebody else's goals or tasks or objectives have suddenly become your priority. Now, what sort of priority that is depends on who's given it to you. If it's your boss, it's kind of a high priority, but it is a priority nonetheless. There's one thing to remember here. Saying no keeps you in charge of your priorities. And this is how you do it. Okay, if you want to take away one thing, this is it. One thing to take away, and then you can go home. You don't have to be here anymore. You can just say no. What you do is you say, thank you for thinking of me, but I'm not available. No apology, no explanation needed. That's it. It's not more complex than that. Yeah, okay. It is actually more complex than that. That's why this is going to be like 22 minutes of me sharing some clever ideas with you. I want to have you have a thought, okay? The last art gallery you went to, were there lots of works of art on the walls? Was it crowded together? Or was it spaced out and pleasant and understandable? You're like the curator of that gallery, okay? You get to choose what you display or what you do not. Every yes you make is a commitment to display this beautiful work of art on the walls of your life. And you're going to make sure that it's aligned to your vision, to the quality of things that you want to be able to do. When you say no, because something doesn't fit your theme or the quality or the space you've got on your walls, you keep your standards high and you make sure that everything lines up with what you're doing. Saying no at work, saying no in life, it means protecting your time and your energy and making sure that you only commit to the stuff you can honor completely. As a friend of mine said, every time you say yes, it shouldn't just be, yeah, it should be, heck yes. Heck yes. It should be a conscious addition to your personal gathering, contributing to this, it's like a cohesive masterpiece that you're trying to build here. When you choose activities to take part in, what you say no to defines you as much as what you say yes to, okay? Now, there's some really good business reasons why you want to say no to things. Time management. The time you have for your projects that you want to do means you need to be able to say no to the stuff you don't. Your well-being. Your well-being depends on avoiding overload and burnout. Decision fatigue. If you use up that finite willpower you have, if you say no, you free up your mental energy for the important stuff. If you get overwhelmed, there's a Stanford study that showed being overwhelmed actually reduces your productivity by like 30%. Multitasking, sorry, I'll just go to the phone here. Multitasking, because of a lack of focus, it reduces your performance by another 40%. Does anybody here have more than one browser open? Stick it in the tab. Stick a comment in there. How many browser tabs do you have open right now? 1, 2, 4, 6, 25? More than one? I bet you it's more than one. Go on. Type it in. Just type in the number there. I'm going to put in mine. I've got 3 open right now. That's what I've got. 3 browser tabs open right now. Any more than like 2, 3, 4, I think you're going crazy. I bet you some people who are watching this right now, well, not you, of course, but other people, some people have hundreds, literally hundreds, if not 2, 3 screens full of browser tabs. Multitasking is not saying no to things. Okay? I want you to ask a question to yourselves, and then you can ask me anything you want as well. If you want to take this and apply it today, how will you do it? What would change if you applied it today? And who would you help most? Okay? How will you apply it? What will you change? And who will you help most? Right? Think about that as we go through this. Now, something's got to give. Maybe you can just fit things into your calendar. Maybe you can brute force your time and fit things in. But typically when you say yes to something, you need to say no to something else. If you want to take something and shove it in your calendar, you have to go to that calendar and suck something else out before you can put it in. And it's not just time, but it is your energy. You've got to manage your energy as well. And typically in choosing to do something, you must choose not to do something else. If you're choosing to help another person at the detriment of your own objectives and goals, fine, that's fine. But be conscious about it. Another question for you, and think about this, we'll answer this later. What would you like to say no to that would give you more freedom and allow you to be more honest with yourself? What would you like to say no to that will give you more freedom and allow you to be more honest with yourself? What is it? Is it taking the kids swimming 19 times a week? Might be mine. Is it, well, no, I actually really enjoy taking them out. Is it what? Is it some daft meeting that you should really be cancelling? There's a lot of stuff out there. Why is saying no hard? Okay, there's 4 big reasons why saying no is hard. It's because we are taught from our childhood to be helpful and nice. Okay? We associate the word no with denial, with rejection. When we hear it, we are being rejected. We're being denied something that we want. So then logically, we think that when we say it, we are rejecting or denying something. Now, the success of humanity overall has come because we have evolved to cooperate with other people, to work together with other people. We have this need for social acceptance. We don't want to hurt other people's feelings. And the last reason we think saying no is really hard, we don't know how to do it. Okay? It's who we are, how we've grown as humans. We need to be involved with each other. And then lastly, nobody's ever shown you how to do it. I'm going to show you how to do it because it's practice. All you need is a bit of practice. And like anything, once you've learned it and you practice it, it gets easier and easier. So how do you say no? I said it right up the front. So Paul, would you mind coming and working as part of this team to do this thing? I'm going to say thank you for your kind offer. Thank you for your offer. I'm not available. That's it. I'm not available. Did you hear what I did? I'm not available. Right? You lower your pitch at the end, just like that. It makes it sound final. If you want a tip, lower your chin down. I'm not available. And it physically changes the pitch of your voice. So listen to these ones. No, thank you. I'm not available. No, thank you. I'm not available. Or worse. No, thank you. I'm not available on Tuesday. And then you end up getting into discussion. Well, if not Tuesday, how about Wednesday, right? In the document that I'm going to send you, in this free gift I'm going to give you at the end of this session, there are dozens and dozens of ways of saying no in your conversations and in messages. And like anything, it's a muscle. If you work on the muscles, you'll practice and you'll get better at it. And some of the conversational ones, I suggest you stand up in front of a mirror and you do it there. Okay? Quite a powerful way of doing it. Are you a people pleaser? Is it a strength you have? Do you value harmony, collegiality above all things? Where do you stand in conflict? Do you like conflict? Does anybody like conflict? Okay. If you like conflict, put a yes in the chat. If you don't like conflict, put a no in the chat. I don't like conflict. I'm going to put it in there right now. No, I don't like conflict. Right? However, doesn't mean you don't have to do it. Does that mean I'm a people pleaser? Because if you're looking for affirmation, if you're looking for acceptance, you're looking for approval, typically we're looking for it outside of ourselves. We don't like it when people get heated or things bubble up and it's unpleasant. Have you ever accepted a job where you didn't get paid what you thought you would have? Have you ever thought about saying no, but said yes anyway, and then felt really bad afterwards? You could be a people pleaser. When you look externally for those 3 A's there, the affirmation, acceptance, and approval, rather than looking inside yourself, what happens is you're saying yes at the expense of yourself, at the expense of your own energy and your own time. Why do you say yes when you shouldn't? Well, saying yes when we shouldn't, it really undermines us, our energy, our power. We say yes to things that don't line up with our mission when we feel that we ought to. And we learn this, as I said, from a young age. We learn it from our parents, we learn it from the media, we learn it from our peers. Be helpful, be nice, be accommodating. Don't say no, don't be mean. Okay? I call it the valley voice rise you hear in some US TV shows, and increasingly you hear it in the UK as well, where I am. It's this valley voice rise. You end every sentence like a question, right? So you lift like that. So in reality, it's this insecurity that comes through in the way that you're speaking. So you really don't want to be seen as rude. You're not saying I'm doing something. You're saying I'm doing something. Saying no is really hard. You don't want to be seen as a rude, aggressive person, but in reality, you're not. You're just taking care of yourself. Because we're afraid that if we say no, we're not going to be loved or accepted. We're going to be rejected. When we say yes to something that's not in line with our core mission, that's personal or professional, it can be because we have an opportunity now, and maybe we're not confident enough that there will be another opportunity in the future. Maybe this is the only one we've got. We say yes now because it's good enough and it's right there, and that might not be good enough. Now, there are 7 commitments we can make. And we're working with me on this one. 7. We can say, I have more choices, including no. I will be truthful and authentic. I will ask directly for what I need. I will not apologize for saying no. I will not say yes to please other people. I will not say yes in a way that undermines my own power. I will say yes only when I really, really mean it, because then I can honor that commitment with energy and motivation rather than begrudgingly doing it. So they're the magnificent 7 commitments. You need to use no to set your boundaries. What you do, what you do not do. No becomes your moat around your castle, the defenses of your castle of productivity. If you've been a yes sayer, however, I'll warn you of this, and all of a sudden you start to say no, you'll probably get some serious pushback, because people are used to saying to hearing you say yes and taking advantage of you. Are you a yes sayer? Right? Sometimes I like to say yes. I'm going to put yes in my chat here because I am a bit of a yes sayer. Right? Do the same. If you've been a yes sayer there, stick the yes in the chat, because it can be a thing. What if I set boundaries and say that I respect you, but you can't talk to me like that anymore? What if I say no to the salary that I'm offered and I counter it with what I actually want, with 20 grand on top? Saying no can be a form of freedom, liberation, and empowerment. It means that you can say yes to the things you really want to do that will really make a difference to you. So saying no to assignments or volunteer tasks that you don't really, really, really love. Saying no to people who are energy vampires and they're on the take means you can be much more honest with yourself. Much more honest. I've got 3 great quotes for you. Warren Buffett. The difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. Now, think about your calendar for a second. Bill Gates says, it is not a proxy of your seriousness that you have filled every minute in your schedule. And then Tim Ferriss. The common characteristic of people who had the most time and the highest income is the ability to single task. Your time is your greatest commodity. If you get rid of the distractions and focus, and you focus on what matters, it might appear negative, but this couldn't be further from the truth. If you adopt a no mindset, it's immensely positive. You're putting one foot forward in front of the other while everyone else tries to appease other people and do their jobs for them rather than doing their own. So being able to say no is more than about just saying no, the word. It's a mindset. It protects you from interruptions, from unnecessary opportunity, and from the naysayers. And most importantly, your inner doubts. There will be more opportunity. It really can test the genuine desire that you have to focus and helps you pick out the priorities that you need to work on, the things that will make the difference to you. Now, we still need to be diplomatic, right? You can't be rude. People, you should just be nice. There's a great quote that's misattributed to Churchill, and it goes that the art of diplomacy is the art of telling people to go to hell while making them look forward to the trip. And I do like that. So, another great quote from Rabbi Hillel of antiquity, about the same time as Jesus. And he said, "If I am not for myself, who will be for me? If I am only for myself, what am I?" So say yes, but only when you really mean it. And then you can manage that balance and honor your commitment to clarity, with intention, and with motivation. Okay? So, one thing to remember, saying no keeps you in charge of your priorities. Thank you for thinking of me, but I'm not available. Easy as that. Now, what you'll get from me in just a few minutes in your inbox, I hope, will be a recording of this session, plus a little document. I'm just going to try and share my screen here for 1 second. I think I can. Going to try and do that so you can see what it is you're going to get. You're going to get that. It's called The Power of No. It's 46 ways of saying no to absolutely everybody you could possibly imagine. And hopefully it is going to be of use to you. It's got lots and lots of bits of information on there. Yeah, so it's got some recommendations about other books and things you can see there as well. And back to that question. What will you say no to that will give you more freedom and allow you to be more honest with yourself? What are you saying yes to instead of saying no? What are the words you will actually use to say no? Now, lastly, if you are a manager of managers or leaders of teams, come and see me. Come and have a look at my website. What I do is I help you with manager team and executive team coaching and training. I have a magnificent course. People overcomplicate this all the time. They think, oh, it needs to be incredibly complex. It's a 9-week course, 2 sessions of 35 minutes a week on one topic. And this was one of the topics, how to say no, right? We cover managing self and managing others. And it's 30 minutes per topic, twice a week, with open coaching clinics spaced out through the 9-week program. Most people overcomplicate things. Managing your managers, pulling on that lever that's firmly attached to your manager's capabilities is the highest leverage thing you can do as a leader. If you want to talk to somebody about it, come see the website, give me a chat, give me a call. I'd love to talk to you. Thank you for joining me here today. I hope that was useful. If it was, share it and tell your friends, put something in the chat. Really appreciate it. Subscribe to the content that I put out there. Again, I just do this. I'm talking into the wind. Hopefully it's of value to you. And have a magnificent rest of your day. Thank you.